My name is Paul Cadzo, and I am doing my honours year in fine art painting. In the next 5 minutes, I am going to provide an introduction to my project, provide some theoretical framing, connect my project to its contemporary art context, and share some of my studio research. I began this project interested in transcendent experiences in art, psychotherapy, and life. The Swiss-American philosopher Veronique Fauti has argued that, for a small but significant number of people, works of art have taken on something of the ecstatic and redeeming characteristics of religious experience, but without the projected presence of a deity. I'm interested in my studio practice in creating paintings which might invite these transcendent experiences. I am interested in the material and meditative aspects of painting as a practitioner. My project began with a concept from the American psychotherapist Irvin Yalom's mindfulness of being, which was based on Heidegger's Dasein. In this state, one is aware of both the fragility of being and the responsibility for one's own being. I began looking at the art history and philosophical developments of the sublime, beginning with Burke and Kant, as an experience of some mix of terror and awe. But subsequently I have focused on Yugen because it is an aesthetic concept which addresses more closely the transcendent experience I was interested in, but it also had a history of expression in art, although not necessarily in painting, which created a practical field to explore in my studio work. Genre markers to push against, as it were. Yugen is a Japanese aesthetic concept which in its simplest sense reflects a state of profound grace. It is a profound, mysterious sense of the beauty of the universe and the sad beauty of human suffering. Yugen implies depth and mystery, and, as an artistic ideal, embraces subtlety and complexity. It emphasizes unspoken connotations and poetic implications. Traditional works identified with Yugen often deal with themes of impermanence and seasons change, and seek to evoke a mood of peaceful and tranquil loneliness, rich with overtones. The function of art in this context is to elicit an experience of beautiful pathos in the audience, a sudden flowering awareness of the universe which is too deep and mysterious for words. That's my theoretical grounding briefly covered. I'm now going to provide a brief contemporary art context. There is a long tradition in Western art of exploring the transcendent, just as Yugen has appeared in slightly different iterations of reaction and counter-reaction in Japanese culture. Ideas like the sublime, which incorporate states of wonder and terror, and the desecularized ideal, have appeared in various moments and movements in art history. Artists such as Turner, Whistler, and Frederick expressed the sublime at the dawn of modernism in painting. The abstract expressionists, such as Rothko, sought the sublime in the non-figurative. Barnett Newman argued for a destructive sublime, reacting against figuration and the picturesque. Contemporary artists associated with transcendent include Anish Kapoor, Anselm Kiefer, and Wolfgang Laib. Australian artists with whom this concept has been associated include Tony Tuckson, Louise Heerman, and Adam Lee. In my creative project, I am utilising artist academic Cora Marshall's praxis exegesis model of studio research, which she visualised as a double helix in which the artist-researcher dances between praxis, which involves creation, reflection and responding, and exegesis, which involves observation, description and analysis. In my studio research, I have undertaken a series of experiments, beginning with monoprints, progressing to small studies, and now moving to large works, considering the role of scale in the experiencing of the work. I have, on the exegesis side of the research, begun to develop checklists and tools to inform my reflections, defining even such tasks as how to decide if a painting is finished. The challenge of the project is the balancing act between the theoretical and the craft, the moving forward while not losing sight of development and possibility in the work. Thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to any feedback or questions.